All right, we are going to design a pump house for some dewatering. We have two 30 horsepower motors, and we need to make a single line and size all the equipment. So let's get started. We are in powerdesignerpro.com, and we are going to go to create project. So let's go remote pump house, dewatering pond. And we're going to follow the Canadian electrical code, and we want to default to Tech 90 cable and have no cable larger than 500 MCM. That shouldn't be a problem for this project, as we just have two smaller motors. So we have a pump house. We have the two motors in it. They're they're regular motors. They're not submersible. We need to add them here. So we're under the motors tab. We'll go to new motor here. And they're 30 horsepower, and our customers told us they're 480 volt, so that's great. They can run continuously, so we'll keep it at continuous. That follows rated amperage of 40 amps, so that's following the tables. They are, yeah, that's about right, 30, let's go, actually they're about 30 feet away. Actually, they're within these motors are within the pump house, so they're actually in it, so 3 meters will be sufficient. It's just a Tech 90 strut is what I'm envisioning, so we'll go raceway Tech 90, ambient temperature, I don't see any issues. We want to use a breaker here. Now this is all our protection ranges that we can use for the breaker. We can go a maximum of 100 amps for a 40 amp motor, which would be 250%. That's okay by the code. We're going to be somewhere in the middle here. Let's go 60 amp breaker for a 40 amp load. We don't want it too high here. And then these are VFD controlled. This looks really good. So we're going to add that. There we have it here. Let's add another one. Motor number 2, and these will be just the same specs. 480. This looks all the same. Should just save this as default. And then 60. It created our bus for us, a 480 volt MCC. So now we could create a new one, but we want to continue both be fed off that one. We don't know the power factor efficiency. We can leave those blank. That's fine. The service factor I know is 1.15. That'll help determine the overload. This all looks great. Motor number 2. Let's add it. Perfect. So I have our two motors connected to the same bus. Both have a 60 amp breaker, and the cable has been automatically sized here at 8 AWG, which has an opacity of 50 amps. Let's move on so we can actually see the cables that have been created because of that, from bus 1 to motor 2, bus 1 to motor 1. We could filter here, but they're all the same, so we'll just leave that. We also have a unit heater. This pump house will need a heater, so let's add that. Unit heater, and I think 10 kilowatts should be sufficient. Now we want it off the same bus there, so we'll put 480, and we have our upstream bus here at 480, so that's great. This will be a fuse though, and it is, let's put 3 meters away on a raceway, also fed by Tech 90. Looks great. This will be non-continuous. Heater won't be running continually. You notice how if we raise our branch protection feeding this heater, our cable size goes up. There's something to follow there. 15 amp protection on a 12 amp load is a little too tight for me. We'll move it to 20, and we're still on a 14 AWG. So that looks really great. Let's add that. Perfect. We have our one load. I think that's all the loads here. So now on our cables, we have our 3 cables now. On our bus, we have our bus that was created, a 480 volt MCC. It's only 15% loaded, as it's been sized as a 600 amp. So that's a little big, especially a 600 amp main protection. So let's edit that. Let's move it to a distribution panel. And the minimum size, put 100 amps. Looks good. And we want a breaker on the mains. This looks good. So now 480 volt distribution panel. Oh, 92% loaded. So that's getting pretty high. It's been auto sized at 100 amps because there's 92 amps of connected load. Let's see what that load is made up of here. We have a 12 amp heater and two 40 amp motors, which adds up to 92. That's a little too tight for me. So let's go back in here and let's add 25% spare capacity. Now we have a 225 amp panel, which gives us a percent loaded of 40.9. So that's looking awesome. Okay, I think we have our pump house here. We have our two motors and our heater. So let's create the single line. Go to import, export single line, CAD single line. Get that going. Okay, perfect. That is done. We'll take a look here. Here we go. We have our 225 amp main breaker, our 225 amp distribution panel, 480 volt. We have our breakers and VFDs for the 30 horsepower motor. Our number 8 out to these two motors, 3 meters, 3 meters, 3 meters. And our 20 amp fuse, class J time delay fuse to our 10 kilowatt heater. We are looking good. We can PDF this, send it off, and we are done.